there. How are you? Welcome to Impossible Live. And welcome back if you're joining us again. Delighted you're joining us today. And one of the things I would love to thank you, besides for joining us and for popping in, is to thank you just for investing some of your amazing time and fabulous energy with us. It's greatly appreciated. It's one of the reasons behind today's topic, which is who lights up our torches. And up is kind of the subtle word in there because it really says who lights our torches. And in some cases, many would say that needs to start with us from whatever internal ignition. Hey, LaChelle, how are you, beautiful? From whatever internal ignition we have, from whatever the internal spark is. And LaChelle being here is such a reminder of that, that part of what lights, who lights, and what touches us in a way. And I love to think of the torches part really from I'm the kid who was born on the same day the Statue of Liberty was erected. And I'm a New Yorker. And seeing that statue lit up at night as a child one day, seeing the potential of what lights you up, I'll admit it kind of caught my eye as a kid. And in a way that I'll say that's probably the first torch I saw, the first concept of something lighting you up. As kids, we had to, hey, Shirley, how are you? As kids, we had to stay away from the matches. We had to stay away from the heat. But the torches part, LaChelle and Shirley are some of my torch lighters. They're some of the amazing people on this planet who are bringing great energy. So the rest of us, we can find our embers. The introverts who feel like we're half asleep or we're not so sure today that we feel like going live, or the aspiring authors who are having trouble putting the pen down to write and light up some words on a pad today, or those of us who need some music. We need something to kind of light up our vibes, light up our pace. Earlier today, somebody who's inspired me for many, many years is reaching out. He's one of two amazing people that I know right now who just celebrated some holidays in hospitals and really reaching out with some really good thoughts for them because they're both in their own ways kind of torchbearers. They light torches for others. They create space for us to find safe pathways to kind of dive into, to kind of see if they feel like us, see if we can find some support to take a step. So the torches part, yeah, it means light it up. So let us know as you're popping in today, what's something that's happening in your world that we can help you light up. And please share authors you're in love with. Please share some music that kind of really brings you into your vibe. It's kind of the beat, I think, of where I am today from a cadence perspective. Today was a little bit of a more serious day for me, uh, possibly knowing these two amazing gentlemen are in the hospital. And I'm really thinking good thoughts and sending warm hugs out to both of them and to others as they're going through their journeys. The torches part, it's hard if you're working full time or you're working part time or you're not sure you're in the right career or you're just looking for some inspiration to light you up. And LaChelle has Elephant Strategy Club in the mornings on Clubhouse. And Shirley and Leslie have the Mosaic Nation of co-elevators on Clubhouse. If you're looking for some Hmm. Some joy or some steps behind your vibes. But I'd love, as we're talking about torches today, and we're talking about inspiration, is to maybe think where it starts. And maybe it does start totally within us, our life force, our life goals, our lifestyle, elements in there that maybe as we're sharing them with others, kind of jazz them up to help them take clear steps or steps with more support. And one of the things I'd love to say about that is I never thought years ago, as an entrepreneur who was grateful a couple of weeks ago to celebrate 20 years of being an entrepreneur, we don't think of who lights our torches and whose torches we help light in terms of the legacy that we'll lead. We don't think of it in the beginning. We're just sometimes taking the steps just to start. And one of the hard things about that is it reminds me of the theme of Love Story. Where do I begin? We're not really sure where to start. So, in terms of your torches and who helps you light them and how you refresh them, because really, I love to think about torches kind of as part of the ignition. Ignition. And thank you, LaChelle, for reminding me that Elvin Strategy Club is a house on Clubhouse. And that one of the things is as we're starting, as we're taking steps, as we're moving, we just need to keep locating incredible sources of fuel so that we have the energy to keep going. Because we need energy before we start, we need energy as we start, we need energy to remind us to start. I was joking yesterday with a family member about something I was starting, and it was a little challenging. And I had to do a countdown to kind of, just get ready, get set, because you want to imagine the idea of the motion. But if we think of light as kind of a vision key that we can help each other with to give inspiration to take steps, and in many cases to kind of wake up what doesn't always feel like our embers, so that it feels like there's a sustainable fire there, a sustainable flame, something that helps us kind of keep going. It's one of the things that's behind the word I'm possible, because I'm possible was a magnet on my refrigerator for almost 20 some odd years. And to be able to say it out loud to each other in a way, I'd like to share a torch. I'd like to help you light up a torch. I was delighted today in a conversation with Rosie Young. And Rosie, thank you so much. Rosie's on her way to becoming a certified positive intelligence coach this spring. And I'm really proud of her. My fingers are crossed. And Rosie, I'm ready to lift a glass so we can have a virtual toast across the miles. And Rosie and I were having one of those conversations. I'd have to thank Rosie for being somebody I met in a community of practice who, in less than an hour, if you meet somebody, and it's not necessarily in person, could be on Zoom, could be on GoToMeeting, could be virtually on some sort of other platform, and they light you up, try your best to reach out to that person. Let them know you saw them. Let them know you heard them. Let them know you felt their vibe and you felt their rhythm and their beat. And I met Rosie and reached out to her partially to process something that seemed a little challenging on my end. And I was delighted to find an amazing woman who's processing from her lens from thousands of miles away that we really were able to connect and kind of help each other. So thank you so much, Rosie, for lighting. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Welcome. Thanks and welcome back. Thanks for joining us. And when you meet that person, just let them know you saw them, because that part helps them create a torch. It helps them locate a torch. It helps them find some sort of energy, which I'm calling it, thanks to positive intelligence and mental fitness, I'm calling it sustainable energy. We need that energy that helps us all keep going. And I appreciate Rosie for that. Somebody else to give a shout out today is thanks, Stan Robertson Jr., for sharing a book I'm looking forward to, which will be on my bookshelf shortly. And what Stan didn't realize is the name of the book is one of my dad's favorite songs. And today's a day I'm thinking of my dad, and I needed a torch to remind me of his amazing legacy and some lovely things that he taught me. And Stan, hey, Karen, how are you? Welcome back. That we need fuel. And just like I really want to thank you for joining me, whether you join me live or you're joining me for replays, that fuel to help us kind of keep going. We need torches and torchbearers to help us stay in the legacy lane, to help us locate laughter on the days when they're not always bright and sunny. We need them to help us locate love, the memory of it, the reminder that somebody somewhere feels us and is cherishing us. We need those torchbearers to help us learn in a safe place and let us know that they have the patience to help wait for the drip as the lessons go through slowly in all of our different diverse learning styles. But the big thing about it is the reminder that whoever's lighting torches for us, we need to pass that torchlight on and share it in ways that aren't uncomfortable, in ways that aren't the big stretch, and in ways that are kind of bite sized, because somebody somewhere needs to know that you felt their light, that it helped you in some way. And on that note, I'm going to make this today a testimonial day online, and I'm going to do some writing and some long overdue thank yous, some of them that are already in partially written format. So it's a reminder, pick up the pen and kind of let it out. But we've got to share that light, or people don't know they're in the right spot or the right place. And I really appreciate it, because something Marcia mentioned last week, sometimes in conversations, the feedback that we receive can diminish our light. It can not quite quench our thirst, but it can really knock us off for a beat. Sometimes people are giving us feedback. I'm a fan of feed forward, something that really ties into the goals that you're trying to reach for and to realize and bring to life, and something that helps you move forward and keeps moving in the direction of your goals. Even if you change it, change the name, change the process, change the system, but just that keeps you moving in a direction that feels like it's positive. Because our language, our words, our actions, our responses in the process of thanking those who light our torches, we're helping others light other torches, or helping them find some light or inspiration on what really feels like a dimly lit pathway. I appreciate you for joining me and for sharing your feedback and your smiles across the miles, because sometimes we're all stuck. We're not sure that we have the fuel to light our own torch. And for those, like Shirley's hashtag is saying, of being visibly disruptive, we need somebody to kind of mix things up so that we're really reminded in a wonderful way to stay present. And part of thanking who lights our torches means giving some amazing thanks also to some wonderful coaches. So I want to thank always Cheryl Moses, my intuitive success coach, for popping in and always shining light in between launches and next steps and leading towards cool transformations. I also want to thank Yvette Bethel, and Yvette is about to be our upcoming guest on our next Impossible Live. It'll be navigating our trust barriers and opportunities. Had the pleasure to meet Yvette. Thanks, Gigi, for introducing us and for inviting me to a conference where I got to see amazing Yvette in action. And hey, Loki, how are you? Welcome. You are never late. You are always right on time, Loki. I'm talking today about positive, amazing energy and smiles across the miles. And here you are. And thank you for them. One of the things is, as we're trying to locate ignition to fill our inner light, that reminder to keep sharing it outward so that other people also can feel the light, hear the light, see the light. There's plenty of complicated corners in our fragile world, as I call it. And it takes all of us working overtime to kind of keep reaching out to kind of brighten them. But I truly want to thank you for joining me and brightening my world today. Complex day, complex world occasionally, not always the easiest to take new steps or big steps in. And really, really grateful. Loki, I'm grateful for that too. I'm feeling like it's going to be a better afternoon and a better evening. Morning started with some lots of lots of opportunities to lose energy. Grateful for you and for others popping in and joining us to bring great energy. But in the process of who lights our torches, whether you're lighting them so someone learns easier, so that they really see and highlight their legacy, whether they step towards love or laughter or legacy, whether like Stan, who just shared an amazing book, a piece of literature that could be game changing. I appreciate you and that energy. Think of anything we can do to help each other gain some leverage, gain some traction, and to gain some insights. And if we can keep sharing those in a way, whether you're joining us live or for a replay, or you're suggesting great guests or great topics. And I welcome you also to let me know if this is a good time for us to have an amazing conversation on a topic that can help others feel like they're able to light their own torches and that they're also able to say, I'm possible. This one is totally for you. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And especially just to thank you for just being fully present and for honoring me, honoring our space with some of your really positive lights today. Hope you stay safe, stay well, stay inspired, and please stay in touch and have an absolutely magnificent day. Take great care until we have a chance to connect again.